Hello and welcome to A Few Dice Short. I am your DM, and today we are starting session 18 of Adventures in Anqkorveil with a full party today. Give it up.
It's been so long.
Woo.
It's been so long.
I blame Matt.
my
Good
fault.
water. Couple of announcements. Of course, DM plays, which progressively gets staler, is Tuesdays, and two Brits versus now seems to be just one Brit versus is on Fridays.
My
We'll,
weeks are hell.
we'll see how the schedule goes there. Let me turn a little.
Yeah, we've still got some chill Fridays. We'll be continuing the Sky Factory, and on Sunday, I want to do a long Pokemon Nuzlocke stream, so that'll be fun.
I like that.
Nuzlocke. When Summits dies, it's dead forever. You can only catch one thing per route, and a load of other stuff.
Damn.
Harsh.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
It's a great time.
Ouch.
Anyways, aside from that, we're also starting up a TikTok account for clips and such, so that's going to be fun to get together. We have nothing on there yet. All we have is the name held, and that's A Few Dice Short. I almost said the wrong name there.
Shut up. Shut up.
Don't read chat. We're gonna make it worse.
It's better. Chat is better. It usually is.
Okay, Dice A Few Short, are we ready to start this up?
Oh,
Any other announcements? Anything at all? No? Okay, let's get it
Check
Check out
started.
our YouTube and podcast.
That too, yes.
Go.
Follow us on the
YouTube.
tweeters.
Yeah,
Voodoo's.
YouTube's getting caught up finally.
Okay, let's get this started. As soon as I
We
can
allowed
find the music
non-emote
button.
chat.
Oh yeah, have we? Yeah, emo only chat is off.
Oh,
yeah,
a few.
I
Okay.
made sure of that.
I wasn't paying attention. I know I always forget when I do my streams.
About to say you guys were chatting in there. I don't think I'm pretty sure it applies to
Oh,
mods too.
No, we can chat whenever.
Oh, mod specialty.
Mod privileges.
Yeah.
No time like the present, but to die.
Okay, let's get this started. Are you guys hearing the audio?
Yeah. The music?
Yeah.
Are there two audios
Yes,
happening?
sir.
Hold on one second.
Sounds like the normal music, but ominous.
Do you have the stream unmuted?
It's unmuted. It's just like the music from Roll20 isn't playing.
Oh
Yeah. So when I turn the music off from Roll20, it goes off.
Yeah,
but...
Yeah, it's working for me.
We're off to a great start today.
Do we need to mess around with some voice meter?
No, I think it's just purely Roll20. It's playing like the spooky dungeon music and the normal music.
Okay, it should
my
only be
mic-
playing one
I've
music.
got one on my
Roll20.
jukebox.
Oh,
Roll20, do
no
your
more
thing,
music.
do the work.
Now playing nothing currently is what my jukebox says.
Okay, my audio says that something's playing now.
Well,
Yeah, for me,
yeah, I
get
can
spooky
hear it
music.
still.
Yeah, I can hear spooky music,
my
even
God.
the jukebox says nothing's on.
Why is there spooky music?
It's constantly spooky.
It's not. Once again, it's not playing through the stream. All the stream hears is our voices.
Great.
God,
That's
wow.
great. It's
Yeah,
just
but
us.
first,
It's the
they did.
spooky music is in our
Technical
head.
difficulties.
The spooky music is so outbeat with a normal one as well. It's terrific.
Okay, I have an idea. I've canceled all the music. Everyone restart Roll20. Let's see if something happens.
Okay.
One of us is cursed with the spooky.
Oh,
Okay.
This
dear.
technical difficulty is brought to you by science.
Okay. Now it's silent.
It's silent for me too.
I'm launching it up. Oh.
Well, howdy all. While we're figuring this out.
Oh no,
Thank
I
you for
bloody hear
bearing
it.
with us.
I
Oh,
hear
I-
it.
Yep,
we
I
just
hear
leave
it
Jack to
too.
the spooky.
Well, it's
Is it
saying
No,
that
really
something's
I hear
playing
it
on mine
also.
too.
You know,
If
one
it-
of the most important items when you're a viewer
What?
of A Few Dice Short is a bowl of bearings.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put on our standard background music here for the viewers to listen to,
yeah, as long as it's upstream, fine. It's all good.
and hopefully, if there's a battle, the battle music will at least work.
Oh, I hate
God.
myself so much. That was such a bad joke.
What? Why
I
does it
wasn't
play
even
the spooky
paying
music? Does it double it up?
Of course you weren't. You never pay attention to me.
Dear.
Like you can
Right.
like it's dumb because on Roll20 you can accidentally play 2 songs at once, but there's literally nothing playing, and it says that there's something playing, and I'm confused.
Oh my god.
Oh, hey,
So what have you guys
yay.
been doing this week?
So about that
Whilst
foundry.
Tyler tries to fix everything?
Being killed by work. You need
I
to
got-
get into me.
Same.
I figured out what I was doing wrong in the stream, so I know how to use tinkers now.
Yay.
Yay!
Oh, you weren't there, Rano. I have a cauldron of blood now that that I sit in when I
I
end
am
my
so proud
stream.
of you. I am so proud of you.
At one
Listen,
point,
I
I'd
have great ideas, and at least Nathan knows to follow my ideas because they are great.
Well, anyway,
At some
so
point-
thank you for
Go on.
joining us here at a few techie short with our technical difficulties. Yeah, let's go ahead and start now that I got some audio playing.
And we have more tech issues than we have brain cells collectively.
Ooh.
What is up with it?
Sounds
Honestly.
accurate.
I don't know. It's roll
It's
20, man.
wacky.
Fixed. For now.
Fixed for some people.
Some people, it's not for me. I can restart it, I can refresh it.
Oh
it's
well,
still
we'll
there.
figure
I
this
got
out.
no
eventually.
music.
I wish.
Yep.
I just feel like I'm about to die every
I'll
second.
I'll just keep some ambient music for those of you that can't
Well,
hear
maybe it's just making
anything.
his exhaustion setting in. He can see death on the other side.
The exhaustion points.
Exhaustion getting to me.
Anyways, okay. Last
Stop
we
getting
left
me.
off, you guys had encountered a being from the Feywilds whose name is Iram, and she is sent to protect Castius, she says, by order of Castius's sons, I guess, council, something like that. Because apparently time moves a little differently there, so that means Cassius is really late on some child support.
Uh-oh.
But the party decided to head north through the Savage Lands, Wild Valley, blah 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 blah. More names about how bad it is, and to make it worse, they found out that there's a dragon that has been secretly kind of been controlling all the creatures in this area. And now that they're aware of that and going straight through it, they're going to be trying to avoid it. They've already caught a glimpse of him before, one night. And our story last ended on the party just getting to the edge of the forest and seeing the beautiful, grassy, hilly plains. I guess hilly plains. Whatever, you get me. That stretch as far as the eye can see, and only mountains the east and west of you. Gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
It's still
We're not gonna die.
fairly
Oh.
early in the day. It's about early noon. So you got some time before you guys decide to that you'll need to camp out or anything. And you'll be here on the plains for a little bit, judging by the distance. Yeah. How do you guys want to go about this? Currently, Belt is on reins and waiting for whether or not just to go straight or take it nice and slow. If anyone's got any magic they want to do to disguise yourself as a giant boulder, I don't know.
I'm just gonna lay down in the back of a cart.
Question.
Yes.
Do any
Hey.
of us know when dragons might sleep? Do dragons sleep?
You can make a history or animal history check.
Alright, yep. Do dragons sleep? That's 17.
17.
Yep.
From stories, it seems like they might sleep, as heroes have snuck up on sleeping dragons and such like that, but actual accounts of dragons sleeping, no one really has any record of that, as dragons are either... There are good dragons, of course, but they're usually secluded, so if you're speaking to one, then either it's about to eat you or you've got some sort of deal going on. Or the people didn't live to tell the tale about the sleeping dragon.
We bumped into those wyverns during the daytime, didn't we? So perhaps, or at least we know they'll wait during day.
Well, the dragon was out hunting at night last night, right?
Yes, it
Or
was
early, like
at night.
dusk.
Yeah.
So if it went out hunting and it found something to eat, then it might be sleeping right now or like sleeping a meal off. So maybe we should go now and just hide whenever it's dark. And hopefully assume that it keeps to a normal sleeping schedule. Which I'm sure it does, right? Right, guys? Right?
It's not like, you get some forest critters that hibernate, don't you? But they can do that because like they're all furry. Well, I don't think dragons hibernate, I'm sure. I ain't no idea.
I have no idea as well.
Someone make me a perception check.
Oh, ability check. I can do that.
Go.
Lose this character sheet because we had to reset roll 20. Oh, where are we? Here we are. Nat 20.
Oh,
That's
nice.
27, nice. Off in the distance,
Ability check, speak. Good.
kind of hush down the party for a second as you see some movement coming over one of the hills. And you see what appears to be, from this position, you can tell, seems to be about 10 or so giant bird-like creatures. Long legs. They kind of remind you of a particular crane, but these ones are much bulkier and have very small wings and large beaks, and just seem to kind of be walking around in a pack, picking at the ground every now and then. Seems you found a herd of something. If you'd like to make me an animal handling or nature check.
I'll go for an animal handling. That is a 6 plus 7 for 13.
13. You have seen some of these, like, kind of about town, mostly as trader pets and such, just hauling cargo. These are axe beaks.
Ah.
There's a herd of axe beaks grazing through the plains. You would know that they kind of get spooked pretty easy, and those beaks are nasty. But aside from that, you don't really see anything else immediately on the plains.
Well, I reckon those big birds over there are feeling pretty safe, so I reckon we're fine. Let's go quick. Make ground while we can.
Alright.
All right.
If we mind our own business, hopefully the birds mind theirs.
Can I spend some time on the wagon attuning to the rod of slip time, please?
Yeah. Yep.
Just in case things happen.
Yeah, might be a good idea.
Might be a good idea to actually get around to doing something.
Is
Oh god.
there room on the cart to sit up front with Belt? Or
Oh
not?
yeah, there's plenty. He's a small
Okay.
dude.
I'll sit up front with Belt as we go.
Hi.
Hello.
I might walk Limber now we have the opportunity.
Okay. I guess everyone should just stay in the cart.
Yeah. I'd be in the back.
You can tell that Limber is keeping an eye on the axe beaks. You see a bit of drool. He wants some of that thigh.
Big chicken.
We could fight them. Get some lunch.
Well, you can
It's
kind
a
of
point, actually.
you kind of assume that
Are we-
Limber is probably from this area.
Are we wanting to hunt a bit, actually? We have maybe slightly low on supplies.
Probably later on in the evening when we found a good spot to
Yeah,
hide.
maybe if we can find one of them off on their own, I'd prefer not to attack a pack of them like that. I don't know how they behave.
Don't worry, I'll let Limber know.
Oh. Can someone roll me 2d4? Hobbs, since you're up front, that'll be
Sure.
good. Or okay, that
Oh.
works too. Whoever gets
Nope,
first.
it's gonna be Jack,
Jack's got
just like
it.
last time.
We're skipping Jack. We don't accept gold.
2. Jack rolled a 2.
Jack,
2
ones.
ones.
I'm just gonna let you know now. You should probably stop rolling this.
The 2 ones.
As you guys are walking across the plains, Belt is trying to go fast, but also make it so the cart isn't going to rattle apart. So, I would like Veronica and Hobbs to make me perception checks.
Okay.
Oh, ability check. We like them.
9.
7 plus 7 is 14.
Okay. 9 and 14.
Thankfully, I assume dragons are like strength creatures, so we don't have to worry about high stuffs. But they probably have expertise.
Okay, so as you guys are walking, takes you after about an hour, fine, you're attuned. Veronica, you see off to your east what appears to be a very large shelled creature.
Oh.
Can't really tell exactly what it is. Try to figure it out with a nature animal handling check.
Oh, is it like a vertical shell or a horizontal shell? 8 plus 7 is 15.
You've seen not living ones of this, but likely ones that have been placed on display. And you can't quite recall the name exactly. Think through seeing this long, kind of flat shell with a club tail. Ankylosaurus. See one kind of just going through the plains.
Oh, well, there's a big schmucky thing over there. One of them, like, big reptiles.
It's currently about 500 or so feet away, and kind of on the crest of a hill. You guys are kind of at the bottom of one, kind of looking off towards the mountains.
It's I mean, it's a much bigger target. When I don't really do much hunting, but that thing is alone, which is one of your requirements, Cassius.
Yeah, it looks like it would have a lot of food also.
It does look pretty thick.
Just fill the pleasure wagon, become the meat wagon.
Pleasure wagon, meat wagon, same difference.
Oh,
God.
gross.
Y'all
The
are
raw pleasure wagon.
disgusting.
There you go.
I'm not the one that named this the pleasure wagon, okay?
I didn't do it either.
Oh, I don't know who could have done that.
I just strongly implied that's what it was.
Anyways, so you guys wanted to investigate this creature, just leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Might be
Yeah,
best to continue.
Funny it's aware that we need food, but also like maybe not an ankylosaurus.
We're in the middle of the wilds. We'll probably find something alive at some point, and right now we're trying to get away from something big and deadly and alive.
Vonnie will put her hope to the side then.
Might want to cover as much ground as possible.
As Veronica's walking alongside the car and kind of contemplating, man, it looks delicious. You see another shape creeping up behind it. And then
Like a oh.
It's about double the size, easily, from what you can tell from this distance. And it's currently probably about 100 or so feet behind the Ankylosaurus. Kind of like a cat almost, lurching across the plains. And as the Ankylosaurus looks around, puts its head down to graze, the creature behind it, massive wings unfurl, and it leaps through the air. And you can now clearly see in the sunlight, it is a green dragon. Pounces on top of the Ankylosaurus and begins biting it through the shell. You can hear a bit of crunch and the wails of the creature all the way where you guys are, over 500 feet away.
Jack, I hate you.
Wait. Wait, guys. Look, let's go. Let me in the wagon now.
Is it in the direction we're like moving towards?
It's to our
or-
east, so it's like to our
to your
right, I
east.
think.
Yep,
Yeah, it'd be
let's
to your
just
right.
that thing should feed the dragon for a while. Let's speed it up.
Jack, I hate you so much right now. This is your fault. I don't care if
Okay. So,
Tyler bought it here.
so do you guys want to try to just run and go as fast as you can, or would you like to try to go about the slow and try to hopefully not make too much movement?
Vonnie would go for speed, but Vonnie's not.
Yeah, that's what-
driving.
See, if we go for speed, it will notice us and quickly outrun us.
Then-
It can move faster than we can
Well,
travel.
Well, this is more of
It's got a lot of food in front of us, though.
you two just make
Or in front of it.
you guys just have to make the right choice out of these two, because you guys don't really have any cover. So going slow would mean
Yeah.
that it could still see you, but going fast means you might be able to get away faster. So you guys just tell me.
Vonnie votes speed, but also Vonnie isn't driving.
Yeah, I isn't driving either, so whatever you want, I
Yeah.
guess.
Have you not been able to hear me this whole time?
No.
No.
Nope.
My mic bugged out for whatever reason.
Sure.
That's why you weren't getting angry about me
Damn it.
blaming you for this.
God, I was complaining to the emptiness. I think we should go slow.
That's a spooky
Oh no, we should
music.
definitely go fast.
Mike
We should definitely go
says.
fast. Any
Oh,
any decision
no.
making or mix, we should go
Can you
fast.
roll 2
I
ones?
guess I'm outvoted.
Charge.
Okay, you guys are gonna charge forward.
Sure.
No.
I guess.
Let me bring up belt stuff real quick.
Oh
If
god.
possible,
well,
maybe
can I-
due northwest.
Can I
Just to...
could I attempt to help Belt by casting enhance ability on him for
Oh no,
Owl's
cast it on
wisdom?
horses. Make the
Sure.
horses mega strong.
They don't need to be strong, they need to be fast.
Bonk horse. You can double its carrying capacity. It could pick the wagon up on its back.
For this instance, I recommend providing a buff to his dexterity, because he's gonna have to
Oh.
control the cart. Because he could just tell the horses to fucking book it.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, I shall listen to your wise advice. I don't want to fight a dragon.
Oh my
I don't want to
god.
die.
I feel like whatever I do, I just roll the worst possible thing in every worst if it can go wrong, I'll roll for it to go wrong.
Just so you're aware, that is
which is like
this is
pretty
definitely
big.
one of the two worst choices that you could have rolled on here.
One
Especially
of
for
the
the
two.
first one.
With your enhanced ability, that gives it advantage on check, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, and I think the falling speed is decreased, but I don't think that matters.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Yep.
matter.
I'll be a second.
Damage from falling.
Hey!
Wow.
Natural 20 for a 21.
Nice. You didn't even need my help.
That's a good point. Why do we have Ianth here?
Just to make bad decisions.
Dragon bait.
Time magic. That's
Time
why.
magic shenanigans.
Oh,
And also
God.
because she has rich relatives.
Let me make a quick little check here. Don't worry about what's gonna appear on screen at all. Don't worry about it. No problems.
Oh god.
Oh wait, that was the GM, so it doesn't matter anyways.
Oh, we're gonna die. Well, nice knowing you, lads. Rest in pieces, I guess.
Veronica,
What?
make me a perception check.
Perception check. Yeah. Sorry, I had a delivery. I finally got a projector now.
So, Anna, what's your next character gonna be?
14.
14. You see the head of the dragon come up from its prey and look around. And it looks in your direction.
Can I wave?
Would you like
Please
to
don't.
wave?
I could either wave or not wave. I think we're seeing either way, so I'll wave.
Little do you know, in dragon language, waving means please come eat me. Out the back, Veronica's kind of trailing behind, just to keep an eye on the dragon, and you guys see her wave in the direction of the dragon.
It's looking at me.
Maybe
Oh, no.
don't wave at it.
You
Look away. Don't
guys-
make eye contact.
You guys
That'll be
hear a
rude.
piercing roar
Oh,
echoing
shit.
through the plains. You see the dragon rear up on its hind legs, and even at this distance that you're gaining distance, this thing is enormous. You see it rear up on its hind legs, and one in its right arm coming up, and kind of like a cat pawing at the sky in your direction.
Well,
Kind of like a
it
wave.
was-
No.
Don't think it's friendly.
Oh no.
Oh god.
It was nice knowing you all.
Oh no.
No, but all we need is for one character to make it away so the storyline still makes sense.
Keeping an eye on this
Yeah.
dragon as it goes back down to its prey. You see it open its mouth, and it disappears in a cloud of some sort of smoke. It's like a
Shit.
it's like a heavy, like an extremely dense fog just appeared around it.
Oh my god.
No.
And as you're still going, it's very hard to see. But as the fog begins to clear, you see the dragon shoot up into the sky.
Oh my god. Tyler, we're only
No,
level
no, no, no.
5.
No, Jack, no, this is on you. This is on you.
Hey, there's what?
Oh.
There's 7 of us. 9 if you include the horses.
Action economy, bro.
No, I'm familiar. There's 11 of us. We can stomp on this dragon.
12. There's
Your
12,
dog's gonna die.
technically.
Oh, mate, we outnumber it 12 to 1. Balance encounter, I swear.
The
No.
trying to keep an eye on it. The sun's kind of in your eyes. You kind of locate it again. You are. Everyone is. Belt has whipped up the horse even more. You guys hear the horse is snorting heavy upon the ground. He's not even trying to keep rocking to the minimum. You guys in the back are just bouncing all around. Veronica, you are keeping an eye, starting to kind of lose pace with the wagon as you're trying to spot this thing.
Mm.
But you can still make it. Like, you're just kind of lagging behind just a little bit now. And you see it. It is overhead. You hear another piercing roar, louder as the horses begin to panic. Limber freezes and ducks to the ground. Surprisingly, in this terrain, he actually kind of looks like just a rock. And so surprisingly good
he's a
camouflage.
good rock. Good boy, good rock.
And as the horses are trying to battle which way to go as they're panicking, Belt is going to try to calm them down. The horses, after a second of rearing, Belt whips the reins again. Please go faster, please go faster, please go faster, please go faster. And after a moment,
Yes, calm it down.
after a moment, dragon swoops in front of the cart about 30 or so feet ahead, and you guys see the scale of this creature. All of you could easily sit upon its back. Its head could eat you each whole.
Oh my god.
As it swoops out front, the horses stop and rear. The wagon jolts to a stop. All of you inside get thrown forward. And as it swoops back in the air, you swear you hear a laugh. A deep, billowing laugh as it passes. Belt is trying to get the horses to keep moving, but let's see how that goes.
Oh no.
I think
It's fine.
Belt
You
is
guys
golden.
keep running forward. Me and Limbo will dash off either way.
The Limber's not moving. Like-
Limber is rock.
Like, every now and then Limber will stand up and dash and then duck back down, but Limber stirred. I would like someone to roll me a d4.
Not Jack.
Not Jack.
No, I'm not rolling.
I'll do
Someone
it.
else roll.
I'll do
The
it.
urge is too strong.
Hobbs will look after
Oh,
us.
cool! I rolled a one.
Oh, yay!
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
You guys
Maybe.
see
Hmm.
out a good ways in front of the cart. Something drops in front of the wagon.
Oh no.
It's a chunk of the ankylosaur. The horses again slam on the brakes and try to veer off to the side. And the dragon then lands in front of you, shaking the ground. All of you brace as you get jostled around. Veronica, the impact is so great, even you take a knee. You guys stand face to face with an adult green dragon.
Shitting hell.
Oh, rest in pieces.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh no.
The dragon is currently about 60 or so feet in front of you.
Hmm.
Wings spread wide to kind of discourage you from trying to go around.
My god.
What do you do?
I'll get out the back and just kind of I'm like on the side of the wagon, still like 60 feet away.
As you are
And
trying
just
to get
say-
out, Iram grabs your shoulder. Are you sure about this?
Oh, we have to get past and well,
Well,
I'm not sure, but
it was
I
good
can
knowing
try
you,
to speak
Cassius.
to it.
Wait. If you're gonna go, I just touches Cassius on the shoulder and casts Enhance for Eagle
know what?
Splendor. If you're gonna try and talk.
Cassius,
What else
Good-
is there we could do?
good luck out there. I wish you the best, but it's been good knowing you. You can have a bardic inspiration.
Oh.
I know. I can't just let you do.
Oh dear.
I'll go with.
Yeah, meanwhile, Vonnie's going to be just sort
Oh.
of slowly walking up to the wagon, waving at the dragon.
Oh god.
Hold 1 second. Let me double check Iram's stuff here, see if she has anything she can do. Ah, that'll work. As you guys are getting out of the wagon, Iram turns to Cassius. I'll watch over you. And she just... It's like she's being pulled backwards almost, and you see her just disappear.
Cool.
I'll be like within like 30 feet of you, Cassius, just in case.
Well,
Not
I
too
don't plan
close, Joe.
on getting too close myself. I want to be near the wagon. I plan on just yelling from a distance.
Let's hope it speaks Dwarvish.
Oh gosh.
Great time to make jokes.
That's the worst that could happen.
Oh, we're all so
Yeah.
good.
Here
Alright,
goes
Cassius.
nothing. Let's go.
Well, 1 second, I'm trying to find something real quick.
I'm trying to find the battle map.
Cassius
Yeah,
is
totally.
gonna be
Oh
the
my
boy.
god.
You know what?
Jack, this was supposed to be your job. You have highest
I
charisma.
I will bring up a battle map
It's
just
the
for the
bug.
intimidation purposes,
No,
Oh my god.
Tyler.
because
Fine,
I'm
it's the
great
bug,
like that.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But I can give you straight rolls and advantage
God.
with potential time management issues, but it's fine.
Oh dear.
Second,
Just gonna use the rod as a walking stick, just in case.
throw you guys out here.
You should probably use it as a spine after the dragon takes yours out.
Please, there's not going to be anything left.
Yeah.
Wait, are we getting out the car?
Some of you are.
I am to yell at
I'm
the
staying
dragon.
here.
So is Ion.
What do you
She's
think you're
behind
doing, blocking
Cassius.
off our path here, buddy?
I'm getting in the car.
Buddy, we
Stop
just
getting
want to
out.
walk.
Okay, why are there 5
I'm
We're
Cassius
so
right
in
used
there?
to
here.
this.
Ooh, 5 Cassius. That's a nice trick.
Oh,
It's taking so long to load up any of the characters. Like, what the heck?
oh no. This is fine.
This is.
This is terrible.
Look, I've got a chef feature. At least I can offer the dragon summits.
A fish finger.
Yeah.
What if no? He'd much prefer one of your fingers.
Yeah.
How would
Yay!
some wyvern? That's a risky. Maybe they either really like it or they really don't.
Yeah. Depends on the day.
Okay, 1 second. Almost done here.
Dear.
Oh god.
Okay, party horse 1 and party horse 2.
Actually, Vonnie could pull a prayer book out. She might have a read of a line just to gain some courage.
I
don't think
I
dragons
don't think
are
you're gonna have time for that.
Well, no, it's not for the dragon. It's for Vonnie.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
Oh god. On the plus side, now Jack can share the blame with Chris.
Yeah, exactly. I
Jack
think
started
the person,
it.
The person
Jack
who's gonna
started it,
survive
yeah.
is gonna be Limber. Limber's gonna get through this by looking like a rock.
Yeah,
That's my
and
next
then
PC
All
right
our
there.
characters will meet Limber. It's like, oh, it's a little dogger. I wonder where they
Yeah.
came from.
It just revealed that Limbo was a druid the whole time.
Actually,
Oh my
it's
God.
just become an awakened warg at this point.
Yeah, or like a long strider shifter.
Mm.
Okay, so I hope this works. If I am unintelligible, please tell me.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you
no.
guys,
I'll refresh.
Oh no.
Roll20.
you guys
Wait, go.
begin to approach it. Who's going forward? Who's going to be staying back? I know some of you staying in the
I'm staying in the wagon.
thing.
I think it's just me and Ian, and then
Yeah, I'm within
what's,
30 feet of Cassius.
Erim was gonna be invisible
Behind
watching me.
Cassius.
If you're gonna
Oh.
stand to the left of the wagon, Vonnie will probably stand to the right just to space out a bit.
Oh yeah, to be fair, I can also I might I can probably I could be a good enough bait. It's fine. Yeah, I can handle
Yeah.
it.
Vonnie will probably stand on the side that other people aren't, just to space things out.
Okay.
I'm walking up unarmed
Oh god.
to make that clear.
Uh,
No weapon. Well,
But just make me an insight check.
okay. Oh wait, I gotta open up.
oh, no.
Insight.
By the dragon's posture and the fact that it's a dragon, you could probably be aiming a gun at this thing and it probably wouldn't bat an eye.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have my gauntlet, so I guess I am armed.
No, are
even.
you bound to melee?
Yeah.
Good luck, dude.
I mean,
Ooh,
I-
need it.
Well, in all fairness.
Okay.
Look.
I wave like Vonnie did and just yell out, "Hey!" in Draconic. Hello. Dragon, what would it take for you to not kill us today?
I heard a bit of Tyler say summits.
Yeah, I didn't hear Tyler.
Yeah, I don't know if the thing isn't being picked up through Discord, if you're talking, Tyler.
Yeah, I think it messed up.
Ah, oh well.
Oh.
I don't get many travelers through here. What brings you to my lands?
We just wanted to take the quickest path north. That's all. We're just traveling through. We don't wish to take any of your
The dragon begins
possessions.
crawling towards you very slowly.
Oh
No, 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 no.
Are we within the cone?
You're
It's
likely
it's
within the
looking-
cone.
It's looking not very poggers.
You go north, you say? For
Aye,
what
north.
reason through my lands?
It was a dumb decision on our part, to be honest.
Very
But
dumb.
yes, we just wanted to take the fastest route north. We're heading there to Tabax, the feline people. You may know of them.
I'm aware.
Yep, we're heading up there.
Tell me, why would travelers choose to go through my lands when there are many safe options available to them?
Well, just a thought. Maybe you kill too many people. You don't leave enough survivors. People don't know these are your lands.
I haven't killed travelers in a very, very long time. My existence is rarely known outside of this valley.
You said very known?
Rarely known.
Oh. I'm sorry.
He is his head scanning over each of you, peering at the cart, trying to see what's all in it.
My minions are usually enough to keep people away.
Oh, well, fortunately, we didn't run into anybody during our journey.
Really now?
I need you to make me a deception check, because I know you weren't here, but you.
No, I know. I'm lying.
You have advantage, Joel. You have advantage, right? Should be fine. No.
I will use one of my lucks. That I feel like that's not good enough.
You also have a bardic inspiration from Jack.
That's right. Okay, I'm gonna do my one more deception roll.
You might want to use bardic inspiration too. Bardic inspiration's good.
Well, we wouldn't know what the dragon rolled. Would
True,
we
we
think a nat 20 was enough?
No.
True.
Use your bardic
True.
inspiration.
What is the plus a D roll of what?
A D8?
A D8. Yeah, D8 and add it.
This is a pretty
Once you-
important
once you
roll,
get
so
one.
I'll use it. So using one luck and a bardic inspiration, I have a 27.
The dragon's head gets low and it takes a step towards you. Takes a deep sniff of the air.
I must say I admire your bravery.
Thank you, dragon.
My name is a rock star.
A rock star.
You tread
Well,
in my kingdom.
Hmm.
What do you have to offer me for passage?
what is it you value, a Rockstar?
It takes another step. It raises up.
Surprise me.
Is this a curiosity? Is all of this in Draconic?
I'm talking in Draconic this whole time.
Yep.
Wait, do we know what the replies are though?
No, it is also being draconic.
Ah, lovely. Vonnie's just gonna get down on one knee and
Valid
Does
choice.
that count as prone?
sure.
For Veronica, I'd say no. I mean, she's a monk.
Do you mind if I get something out of the wagon, or
Please do.
I can just?
I'll give you a moment to think.
All right. So I go back to the wagon
Oh, great! I'm just standing here then.
and in Dwarven.
I am just gonna stand here because she doesn't move too much.
The
I don't want to get bit or something.
the dragon is eyes locked on you, Iath.
All right.
Every now and then it'll glance back over at the cart, but always comes back to you.
I'll just stand there, just like,
Okay.
just try and keep my eyes down.
It takes a
Just
smell
on the ground.
takes a smell of the air around you.
With it sniffing the air a lot, I might pull out some of the wyvern meat and sort of like just place it on the ground in front of me.
Over.
I'll place all 4 steaks on the ground.
The dragon's head motions over to Veronica.
Oh, howdy. I'm unsure if this is to your delicacy, but I've got some meat that's at least rare to me. I'd like to offer you this for being so kind as to visit us on our journey.
Bring them.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Was that in common?
Yes.
Okay, I'll open it's the 4 wyvern meat.
If you get right in front of him, he'll be fine. Oh
It's okay. I'm punching range. This is optimal for me.
You're also within biting range, which is optimal for the dragon.
no! And
I
a
probably
tail
already
whip,
was.
you know?
It's like
And a claw.
At all.
Oh God.
The dragon watches as you
Um.
approach, sniffs the steaks. How are you presenting these to him? Are you just like holding them, or you putting them on the ground? What are you doing?
I mean, depending on where the dragon's head is. If the dragon's head is high, I'll probably get down on like one knee and raise them up in my arms. If the dragon's head is low, then I'll place them on the ground and step back.
The dragon is currently high. The dragon's currently high.
It is a green dragon.
As you bend the knee and hold up the meat, the dragon's head comes down, sniffs the meat.
Wyvern.
A moment.
They were nearby. Ronnie will point at their direction and say like how many days ago we saw them. I don't know if that's of any relevance to you, but we slew one.
Good thing.
Those of you watching this scene, the dragon's head comes down to Bonnie's hands, and if the dragon wanted to, it could easily eat her in one bite.
God. Shit.
A
It's
very
delicate.
long, slimy tongue comes out and begins wrapping around the meat in Veronica's hands. Veronica, you feel as though your heart is stopped. as the tongue whips around the meat and then pulls it up to its mouth.
Some bollocks.
What else?
I literally have real life shivers.
And now I'm coming back and I've got a gem and like 100 gold and 20 silver.
You can have
As much
more
as I can
gems if
carry,
you
pretty
want.
much.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
no.
just stepped into the
You
car.
want more?
I will just be
You want
surprised that
more?
you're still alive.
I was gonna say, I've got like 5 gems on me right now.
I'll throw you 3 gems.
At the
I'd love
dragon's
to offer something, but I'm
request,
currently just standing with a dragon.
yeah, at the dragon's request, I'll pull out a greater healing potion to see if it wants any of that, and I'll pull out the rest of the rations I have on me.
Oh god.
There's about 10. I'll just be like, wait, I've got this as well. I don't know if you have an injury, but this should help. And here's the rest of my food. I've also got some gems if you want some gems. And
I'm not
I'll
hungry
drop-
at the moment.
Oh.
Open the
uh,
potion.
Open the potion. Okay. Here you go. Just sort of hold it up timidly.
We're getting
be ready to-
robbed.
Drop it into the dragon's mouth if it needs.
The dragon
Except
takes a
the
sniff of the
part-
potion
Ecosystem.
and then sniffs the air again and looks over towards Iath. It looks back towards the potion. The tongue again slithers out, wraps around the potion. Sorry. He tells you to cork it. We'll do so, and the tongue will slither out, wrap around the potion, and he'll put it in some sort of pouch in his mouth.
Question, DM. Is it looking at me weird, or is it just glancing at me like because I'm there, or is there
Make
something?
an insight check.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do.
It's like steak blue, you know?
Because it might just be because, I'm standing right in front of it, but it could be something else, and I'd like to try to know. Oh, yeah,
3.
no. That's a 3.
You're too scared to analyze what exactly it's doing.
Accurate.
So,
I don't like
from
it.
what you can assume, he's looking at you like, that's a nice slab of meat.
Oh, God.
Cassius,
Oh.
so you're bringing up all that, correct?
Yeah, you see in the
Yeah.
chat.
So,
Plus,
6 gems, 7 gems, 100 gold, and 20 silver.
I feel like that's like a good handful,
Mhm.
Just
Does it know how much money we have? No.
no.
I was
That's
gonna say,
a lot of money. That is a livelihood to some. That is more
Yeah.
than a livelihood.
As the dragon takes the potion, it turns to you, Cassius, as you approach.
Your offering.
Yes, here, and I like neatly place it down in front of him because Cassius, it would be kind of too OCD to just throw down all the gold and silver into a big pile. There you go. A rock star.
Would you be a dear and hold it for me?
I just put it. But yes, I could do that.
You're gonna bite your head off. You're gonna bite your head off.
with the slight
Approach.
distraction, Vonnie might
So
just
you
whip
like
the
wearing
slime off her
gauntlets,
hands.
right?
What do you say?
Approach.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, guys, we've got both our melee characters in melee range.
Still
Strike!
within 30 feet. That's good, Cassius. It's good. It's enough.
Yeah, we've got
You-
this.
You present the riches to the dragon.
Yep.
gets down low, its head just above you. You are not breathing. The dragon smells around. And big slimy tongue falls from its mouth, wrapping around your hands and around the coinage and gems. And all that is left is the blob of saliva in their palms.
I just kind of shake it off a little bit.
As you kind of begin to look up to see if he's done, you are face to face with him.
Does this offering provide us passage?
You
His head turns to Ianth.
approach.
Huh?
Oh. Oh.
Oh, but you're not a
Alright.
meditator.
I will very slowly like tap my staff, just like really terrified, get close. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh, oh god.
So that
I
bird's
think
trapped
that's close enough, right? That's close enough, right? That's close.
That's good
It's
enough. He
like,
can still reach you.
yeah, he can still reach me.
His head looms above you and begins sniffing the air.
What are you?
I'm a wizard too. Yes.
I could not understand a word you just said.
Nor could I. I think you were
That's
too
the
far away from
point.
your mic.
That is
heard-
the point.
I
heard
heard
a
elf
wizard.
and a wizard too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speak up!
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. You think you can... Is it too late to turn back to a god? I'm an elf, sir. Oh god.
He sniffs over you one more time. He is close.
Oh,
If you were to
God.
move, you would bump into him in the
Oh, I
slightest
don't want
bit.
to move that. Oh god, we're not moving.
God.
You're of the Underdark.
Ooh.
I can smell it on you.
Never been. At least to my knowledge. Oh god. I'm sorry, sir. Apologies. Sure, you're right.
How did you
God.
get past?
Test what?
Me.
Oh.
I haven't. This is my first time here.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh god. I should not have wasted my magic on people who didn't need it. Oh. Oh. It's a
Hey,
22.
Holy
I'm
shit.
being very honest right now, sir. I can barely breathe.
That is pretty not on par with you, so.
This is the first time I have just been this terrified, you know? Dragons.
Interesting. I smell magic upon you as well.
Yeah. I'm a wizard.
He turns to
And my
Veronica.
staff is magic.
As you. A lot of magic for travelers.
Well, we're actually like, sort of like beat up the bad guys, sort of travelers. not to say bad guys, you sort of know, but yeah, we may have some magical items.
The dragon
If,
begins to chuckle. The dragon turns to you, head right in front of your face.
Levels have stopped the bad guys. So heroes.
well, I painted the cart with some of our adventures. If that were to help.
You know, I'm a bit of a bad guy myself.
You?
Oh no!
No.
How do I know you're
Wait.
not here to kill me?
Well, I
Well,
wouldn't have given you all
Yeah.
that gold if we were just gonna kill
your
you.
your supremacy could probably snap us into twine.
Cassius, Veronica, both of you make insight checks.
Okay.
Oh, ability
Oh,
check.
You guys have fun.
Oh no!
I am trying to breathe really quietly, and it's
10 plus 7 is 17.
And you have 5 plus 3 is 8.
Nathan, I'm going to send you a quick little message.
Oh no!
Oh,
oh
yeah.
god.
No!
Help.
Messages. You realize this dragon's an illusion. It's actually just a gnome.
You
on
know,
the motorcycle.
honestly, hasn't been this scared before. Like, liches, I think we'd be easier having a harder time facing a lich because at least it's not a freaking dragon. Dragons are huge.
I've come close to death many times, but I think this.
Well, Mahir's not even here.
No,
Yeah,
Here's
but you're
on the
the
back of the
freaking
cart.
I can
coward.
hear some of it.
Hey, he gave
Yes,
bardic
the voice is
inspiration.
pretty loud.
Oh yeah,
True,
good
true.
on him. Oh god.
I'm just shaking in my boots in the cart.
Nathan, did you get that message?
I did. I think that Vonnie will still continue to sort of like say how grand he is now. He wouldn't have a chance.
Yes. As for your offerings, they are suitable for now. Until we meet again.
We might have some information as well, just to help you. We were aware that some, I believe there were some sort of giants. We're looking for
Oh.
Go on.
Well, we were peeping on their conversation, and they were looking for the grey one, a spirit as such, to do something.
The Oni?
Yeah, that was the word.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh no, this one is
And I'll-
wisdom based.
Yep.
Persuasion. 2 plus 2 is 4.
Good.
The dragon is staring at you and turns back the eye at the Cassius.
Stare at me.
Tell me, what it is you seek in the land of Tabax?
What is it exactly? We have a staff.
No,
also-
we're going for family reasons.
Yes.
We're mostly going there.
Well, me personally, I might have leads to find the person who killed my father, so there's that.
All How noble of you. Is this the reason you passed through my lands? To simply find a killer?
To get my revenge, yes. I plan on killing him as well.
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh god, I kind of want to do it. I really shouldn't do it.
I'm gonna use another luck point. God, these rolls suck.
It's a terrible fear response, but I want to do it.
Alright. Persuasion. One more roll. Nope.
Ooh.
We don't have
Oh
a
man.
fireball, by the way, Nathan.
Well, that's why I said just a little one.
I don't have any fire spell. Oh god! Stop rolling, Cassian.
That went about as badly as it could have.
The dragon leans directly into your face, its hot breath. You were sweating because of this encounter. Now it was just like, unbelievable. It's a sauna. Its eyes meeting yours.
I see there's truth to what you say. I can see it in your eyes. Man for vengeance. But I feel you're missing something. More than just revenge.
Well, we have an amazing and a great bard who's still in the wagon.
Oh god.
They had a feeling in their gut that we should go north, and that was part of the reason why I agreed that we should go north. But they're a bit. They've been taken ill recently, so they're
You
not
see
in the
its
best condition.
eyes light up a bit.
A bard.
He sings the best of songs. He weaves the best of tales.
Bring
And,
him to me.
Okay.
Why?
I'll be right back.
Damn it, funny. Oh my
and then-
god.
Steely's gonna start prodding Mahir.
Uh,
Go.
no,
But-
I don't want to
I'm-
go.
Walk around to behind the wagon and just sort of like
Oh, no.
knock on it. Mahir,
Yeah.
I think you do a performance.
Oh god.
Oh. Okay. Oh, grab the guitar.
It's not as if he's
Stumble
got this
outside,
master.
just about. Like trying to rub my head. It's all sore. My back hurts. My arms are aching. I guess I walk round the corner. I'm just like kind of like staggering, limping over, and eventually, I guess I reach here and I stop because it's scary.
Tell me about it.
Hello.
The dragon motions to the three near it, kind of back away.
Oh, thank fuck. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Don't
There's
mind if
two
I go very
Cassiuses.
far away.
And the dragon
Alright.
turned its eyes towards Mahir.
Mhm.
Approach.
Okay. Yeah.
It's been so long since I heard good music.
Slight word of like warning. It may not be the best you've heard. Everything hurts so
You-
bad.
Yourself, Mahir. You're amazing and you're great.
Ah, you are right, funny. You are right. Oh.
The dragon takes a
Uh-huh.
step towards you. Its head comes down to you. It kind of curls to your side.
A brush with death.
Yes. Well, that's happened before. However, so you want a song, right? Yeah, song. Songs are cool, aren't they? So
Entertain me.
yes. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and whip out my guitar and try and think of an appropriate song to tell a dragon.
That's
Now
hideous laughter.
I was thinking sleep.
Sleep
Yeah,
won't
Yeah,
work.
it's
sleep.
not gonna
Yeah,
work.
that's gonna work. um,
You're
Oh
gonna need a
no.
level
I
12
guess
sleep there.
I guess I'll
Yeah.
just try to sing the song of like Bonnie in the Ring when Bonnie knocked out that Goliath. Because
Okay.
I don't really want to tell the one of me killing the ogre because that makes me a threat. And Bonnie the Wyvern Wrangler probably isn't appropriate, so I'm gonna go with Bonnie being a badass in the ring.
Okay. Make me a performance check.
Hey guys, it was nice knowing you.
Rest in peace.
Let's see how the disadvantage discussion goes.
12.
You guys can see as Mahir kind of turns, he is drenched in sweat.
Doing the team.
He's got some bags under his eyes from
Oh my god.
the rough day prior. And he begins to play. It is very clunky at first. The dragon kind of takes like a half step back to give you just a little bit of space. It knows that its presence is rather intimidating.
A little bit. Just a tap.
As you begin to play, dragon just staring at you, unmoving. Occasionally you see its head just slightly dart to its sides, just kind of keep an eye on everyone. And after about 2 or so minutes of you playing, getting progressively better, but definitely not your best stuff. The dragon, about halfway through your song, kind of lays down, head perched up, eyes
Habit.
locked on you.
Or is it prone?
Technically, yes.
Oh no.
Advantage, charge.
As you finish your song with a flourish. Well, kind of a flourish. You're way too nervous to do anything too fancy.
Yep.
A moment of silence
Oh shit.
as the plains are dead. All you can hear is the breeze across the grass.
Well, it's better than what I've had in a long time.
Oh,
Better than
thank
what
you.
I own currently.
Oh no.
He looks to you all. You hear his head just glides over top of your body as he's scanning everyone.
I'll make you a deal.
Shit.
I
Yeah?
can tell your bard is weary.
Well, a
Simply
night's
needs
rest and it'll be
time to
much
recover.
better.
I can see his talent. My proposition to you all. I will allow you to pass. And ensure my minions see to your safety as you progress through my kingdom. the cost of this bard.
Or like a performance every night as we're passing through.
A performance every night, yes. But he'll be staying with me.
Hey, guys. Like, you know how much fun I am on the wagon? Yeah?
Well, yeah, your greatness. Mihir is great and amazing and valuable to us. Is there any way that we can come to an agreement where we still get to keep Mihir? Like perhaps for a week, Mihir can stay with you, and then we'll visit again on our way back down. You know, you can have him on weekends.
What? Funny.
I thought we already came to an agreement on the gems and the gold.
That was before I knew you had a bard.
Well, what do we get out of
I'm
it?
going to give Bonnie the eyes.
Okay, he was
Safe
protecting
passage.
like Ianth.
That was already included in the original deal.
No. No, it was not.
Oh my god.
Well, I think it may have been said that we were good for now.
Until we run
no.
into each other again.
Mm.
But my minions and the other beasts in these woods and plains, fair game. Give me your bard, and I'll see to it you have a nice, relaxing trip through my kingdom.
I want to speak that we'd like our bard to stay, and we will have to just deal with the wrath of your minions. And when we meet you again, you. Ronnie gets down to a knee.
God.
So the bard is off the table. Looks you all.
A
Sure,
permanent ownership of the bard is. I think for a week's concert, the bard might be fine.
You're selling the part.
I like how it's just Ronnie talking.
Oh my god.
I'll make another deal. I just hope you're better the next time I see you. He looks at me here.
Oh. Okay.
Should you pass through my kingdom again, simply speak into the trees that Mahir is here. And if he puts on a decent performance, I'll let you pass safely.
No doubt about it. Your Grace. Mahir loves to perform. He's just really had a rough few days. We'll
Yeah.
if you want, we'll specifically come back through your land so that we can perform for you and offer you more treasures.
I like the sound of that. I advise you to get moving. But before I leave, heroes, let me let you in on a little secret.
Oh.
He gets down to Mahir's level.
Oh, that is really low.
Ooh, that is.
Its head just off the ground.
My lair is directly east of here. Shrouded in trees. In a sinkhole. Find me there if you want to be heroes.
Mahir, I need you to make a con save.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Wait,
Dragon's
do I get
breath.
disadvantage on this, or is it just normal?
Disadvantage is 3 levels of exhaustion, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's just
Oh,
straight
For,
up.
yeah,
for a save.
okay, so it's just
Yeah.
normal.
Also, if it's poison or
Once
whatever,
we
aren't you a
roll a one,
dwarf?
Oh, it's not quite one.
Don't dwarfs do good poison damage or whatever?
Oh yeah, I think one of the dwarves do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's my dwarf.
Don't think
Okay,
it's
I
this
thought all
dwarf.
dwarves got poison resistance and like
Check it out.
You're a hill dwarf, correct?
advantage on.
Yeah, hill dwarf.
Can't recall if hill dwarfs have that or not.
I thought it was all dwarves, just dwarvish fortitude. I might be wrong. I apologize if I am. And
Oh, dwarven resilience. You have advantage on saving throws against poison. Do you have a resistance against poison damage? Oh my
Oh.
god.
yeah,
there you
all
go.
dwarves get
Wow,
that.
Oh god, Jack.
You know this massive thing that you have.
I'll roll the con save again.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well.
Well, at least you don't have disadvantage.
I don't.
As the dragon laughs directly in front of you. A puff of purple smoke
Fuck's sake, dragon.
slightly puffs out of its mouth. It didn't seem to do it on purpose. It's more of a just natural reaction kind of thing. Oh, congratulations! You only take 1 poison damage, as it was a small dose.
Oh, I have resistance as well. Does that make it
Yep,
0?
that makes it 0. But you know you could tell that there was poison there.
Tastes
I'll just cough
spicy.
a little, but be fine.
As the dragon finishes laughing, it goes back up to its haunches, looks over for you all.
Good luck.
Its wings beat once. I need everyone outside of the cart to make a strength check.
No,
Just,
I'm really good
athletics.
at those.
Athletics. Oh,
Strength
I'm good
athletics.
at that.
I'm amazing at that. I didn't
Yeah,
totally dump my
athletics.
strength.
Yeah.
Aw.
18 from Cassius.
Okay, I gotta roll again because it is disadvantage.
So that's a
10.
Oh, I got 4.
10.
Lovely.
I succeeded, right?
Sure.
With a 4?
Yeah,
Uh,
that
Succeeded
succeeds,
on
right?
falling down.
as the dragon's wings beat 2 times, you guys brace. Mahir, Veronica, and Iath. The 3 of you get thrown back a bit.
It's fine.
Mahir, you get knocked straight on your ass. Cassius, you withstand it. As the dragon shoots up into the air. And begins flying east.
Okay, now before anyone says anything, Mihir, I'm sorry. We were in. He was questioning us, and you were the surprise that was going to save us.
So you
I
know how
was-
it's a
Yeah.
So you know how I said that if we wanted to be heroes, we can go visit its lair? Does that mean it was like a literal invite that we should go kill a dragon?
No.
Well,
I mean,
I
like, yes,
thought
I was
I think-
initially
I want to see
terrified,
that
but
guy
since
have
he
a game.
said, like,
It's
he
killed or something
invited
else.
us to kill
I
it,
think
It was a challenge of
taunt.
sorts. Yeah,
A
a
taunt.
Is
taunt.
it torn?
It was
Let's-
very
so
clearly a
basically an
taunt.
invite for murder
Let's
or
not.
mutual fighting.
Let's not.
Listen, yeah, I was terrified, okay, when it was up close and personal, but now it's gone. Why don't we go fight a dragon?
Well, why don't we just leave?
Yeah, well, let's get going. And here, I wasn't trying to get you killed. I figured out that it was just sort of playing with us a bit. It was enjoying being like big and intimidating, which they are, in case they can still hear us. But I
Hey, let's go get that dwarf who's like
Well,
dying in the back
but
there.
now,
He's
but
shitting
now you
himself
can
already.
say,
You're
now you
not
can say you've
dying, you're
performed
just
for the
tired.
dragon. Your performance allowed us free entry. You're that great of a bard.
If he does well enough next time.
As an agent, you've got to provide you like concerts. Yeah?
We can prep next time.
Yeah, next time I'll cast my magic on you. Instead
Oh,
of Cassius.
Made
Oh,
good use
God.
of it.
Did you?
I saved our friends. Or not our friends, but you know,
Why-
the boys' parents.
Why did I
Those
leave that little
people.
village?
Why did I
Veronica,
break
as you
down?
guys are taking a breath, the rock over here, you see Iram step up behind it.
Oh, let's collect the doggo.
Doggo is currently under the cart.
Poor thing. But now we can go hunt dinos.
Well, I also we'd lost a fair bit of food there. We might need to.
Oh god.
Hobbs, is you're
Dumb
also trying to
dragon.
regain yourself. You look over to Belt.
Yes.
He is frozen.
Pat him on the shoulder. It'll be okay, buddy.
That was a dragon.
Yep.
Hey, we faced the worst thing that could possibly happen in the Savage Lands. We're alive. This was a great place to go.
Yeah, I kind of accepted death. And
He looks back into the cart.
now,
What the fuck?
Experiences.
Hey,
Oh,
Belle,
God, that was
this is what
terrifying.
happens when you travel with us. Fun times, right?
Wait a
Right.
minute. Where was your elf friend Cassius?
I thought, where did she? She was behind a rock or something.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry.
Does Belt look like he's calming down at all, or no?
He is still sweating and shaking.
Okay.
How are the horses?
He's starting to
So
move.
am I in real life.
The horses are panic and rearing and ready to fucking move.
Right. Good job, everybody. We're not dead.
Somehow.
But you know what we've learned? That there's an entrance to the Underdark nearby, and that would be a cool place to visit once we're done with Tabax, you know?
Yeah, we just have to get past the massive green dragon thing.
Oh no, if we're, like, headed up that way, then apparently I've passed by him before, right? Apparently. Or at
What if
least,
it's in his lair?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. I've never been there. I haven't
Can I
read about
insight
it either.
check her?
You should feel free to.
Sure.
How old are you?
I got a 16.
She seems pretty truthful.
Okay, she's never been to the
I've known
Underdark.
Iant for like a few weeks now. I think they're being truthful. Like they seem like a little one that's been kept up in a tower for a long time.
Oh yeah, I've never lied to anybody.
She does give off that stuck in a tower vibe.
I've been outside before. Like,
I mean-
yesterday.
You didn't know other people had grandparents.
I knew people had grandparents. I just never met a person with a grandfather
You
before.
realise that, like, butlers or whatever shouldn't be books.
I mean, I didn't know he was a buck.
Well, I think all is good. Are we leaving yet?
Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
onward, steeds.
that went great.
I'm gonna cast heroism on Belt. So for a minute, he's immune to being frightened.
Oh my god.
As you do that, he takes a
Oh.
deep breath. Whew. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Deep breaths, Belt. Deep breaths. You guys are on the road. You guys travel for a couple more hours. And I need you guys to roll me 2d4.
No, Jack. No, Chris.
I'm not rolling. My
Um,
hands off the keyboard.
can do it.
Nathan or Matt.
I think he's got
I-
it right now.
I rolled a 3 and a 4, 7.
Oh,
Okay.
that's different.
Hey, second worst thing.
I mean, it's just as likely as a 3.
The
if you wanna do
dragon
it that
comes
way.
back.
I
That
forgot
would
my
be-
briefcase.
Already took it from you.
That was a really nice dragon, as far as like things go. To be honest,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would prefer never.
it had magic items, but it didn't take them just yet. Maybe it's getting its troops ready to take them.
I mean, we can fight something that's less of a size or less of an intelligence than a dragon. I'm willing for that. Something as big and as smart as a dragon. It's the height. I think it's the height.
Yeah, I mean, meta-wise as well, legendary resistance is a bit unfair.
Oh, I don't
You
care
know.
about the legendary resistance.
Oh, but you could just make it laugh, and that'd be great.
Just hurt it more, and then it'll stop.
Anyways.
I think it's the height difference.
Night begins to come. The plains start to darken. The sun disappearing over the mountainside. And you guys are in the middle of grassy plains and hills. It's going to be a long night.
We should probably do watches more properly this time.
I don't want to watch. I want
I
to sleep.
think I went fine last time.
Our bard needs to sleep.
I need sleep.
I'll take a watch with Eram. I've got some things I want to talk to her about. I don't care if it's first, second, third. Just I'll take one of the watches with her.
I can take first watch. I'm not taking any of the morning watches though, unless you want to be caught.
I'll
alarmed
take
or
the
something.
morning. I'll take the last watch. I might do a bit of reading actually, with the dawn of the sun, Halo, and all that.
Alright, well, me and Eram will take the middle watch, I guess.
You guys go ahead. Someone roll me a survival check.
Someone. Well, that's.
Whoever would like to lead the party in finding a decent place to sleep.
Bonnie might be walking.
I did
Yeah,
it.
doesn't matter.
Oh, I
You did
rolled
it.
bad.
Yep, he did it.
Did it.
You were up front with Belt, so it was only appropriate.
Here, I'll let Bell help you out.
Oh, yay.
Sure, let's make a wisdom check. Despicable.
7. It's been a long day.
Oh god. Yep.
You guys just go to the top of a hill and begin setting up camp. You guys have a very small fire going as it, I guess you don't have to. Ianthe, are you casting magic house bubble?
Yes, I am casting magic house bubble of
Okay.
impenetrable house bubbleness.
Okay,
Except for Dew.
good
Dew's
idea.
very good. Don't want to die.
Okay.
I've run out of rations now after feeding this meal, by the way. This is the last
I have
meal I can
eel.
feed.
We're having eel
Oh,
tonight.
dear.
Yeah, I still
Oh,
have
have an eel
eel,
tonight.
and I got rations. I
Okay,
got 5
I've got
actually. I don't have
I
that
got
have
many.
eight
magic.
rations
7
in me.
rations, but
Have an eel tonight.
No, we're having eel.
This has
tonight.
gotta be getting pretty old though. this
It's
eel.
Yeah.
properly.
We're gonna need something new.
We made sure it was properly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
salted and all that stuff. It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know how long salted eel lasts, and I don't care to look that up.
Yeah.
Welcome to D where nothing matters.
Next time we're by water, I'll do some fishing, and I'll get us lots of food.
Yeah. You are a great fisherman after all. Your first time you caught us this eel.
Yeah.
And it's been keeping you guys going for a while.
Yeah.
Before, would we have time to have a short rest before we found our place of stay? Respite?
You had a short rest, like after the Dragon Easy.
Cool, because I
Okay.
would have liked to arcane recovery my spell slots just in case something comes up on us that night, because I don't want to die.
Might be a good idea.
Surprisingly,
Fair.
I don't want to die.
All right.
Uh,
So you guys eat, do the prep work for getting your camp set up. So who's taking first watch?
what?
Who?
I am.
Okay.
And Steely.
Steely is there, yes.
Steely is there.
Ianth, go ahead and make that perception check.
Yes, something I am totally good at.
Mhm.
Make a perception check for your crocodile there, buddy.
14.
Okay, 21.
Someone roll me
Nice.
2d4.
Not me.
Anna's
I
turn.
got it this time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Four.
Okay. Someone roll me a d8.
Oh,
Not
God.
me.
Alright, somebody else roll it.
Here, do it though.
Should I do it?
Here, go on.
Okay.
Redeem yourself, Jack.
Here we go. I'm redeemed.
This is 6.
I'm
Ian?
redeemed, right?
Yeah.
Your watch goes off fine. See a couple creatures in the distance, but nothing to worry about.
Okay.
And
All right.
who's taking next?
Me and Iram, we're gonna be next.
Okay. What was it you wish to talk to me about, sir?
Well, I was just in so much shock when I first met you. I was speechless, so
I could tell. It's like you weren't even here.
practically wasn't. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanna. What's his name and like what is the place you come from like? It's just everything is so foggy from my time there, so it's just
Understandable. Crossing
I
the
wanna
portals is
know things.
strange. So your son's name? Sim. I'll paste that in the chat real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
I am Iram, Eladrin, a warrior of his grandmother's court, and I have been tasked to protect you.
For what purpose? For how long?
I am unaware until I am sent a message. Apparently, it's believed that something could be hunting you.
So,
Dragon.
you guys have enemies of
Many.
some sort?
A ruler always has their enemies.
Hmm.
I would know the threat
Is
if
it,
I see it, but we have only heard whispers. What could happen?
is it easy to get back to the Feywild if I wanted to see them?
For you, no. Unless we were to find a portal.
Okay.
Even myself, it would be very difficult, and I would likely not be back for days in your time. Ulsim's grandmother, Queen, has power to send me to and fro. That is how I got here.
Okay. Well, can you tell me anything about this thing that might be hunting me?
It is an organization in the Feywild, crosses over into the Shadowvale. From time to time, they're very elusive, and the only reason we even know of their existence is because they leave calling cards to any of their crimes. And Master Olsen had received one of these calling cards in regards to his loved ones. His mother and him, and the Queen, of course, are more than safe in the court's chambers. We wish to protect you, as so not to be used as leverage. Though
I understand.
your child may not know his father, as you are only present a year in his life, it could still be used as blackmail to the rest of the family. If something was to happen to him.
He doesn't hate me, does he?
No, from what I understand, your beloved had very easily gotten to deal with the situation that they were in, that he was kind of unexpected. But
Yes.
in the end, you two had quite the relationship. I myself actually have witnessed you all at your wedding. And I cannot say, but I don't hear any ill will towards you from the court. And I'm not quite sure how you managed to get out in the first place.
I wish I could remember myself.
Well, maybe in time, those memories will come back to you. Make a
Hopefully.
perception check.
Oh god. My +0. I get
Oof.
a 2.
Let's have Iram roll that as well.
Yeah, I was just so deep in the conversation, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
This is why we shouldn't.
Okay,
have
she
people
she
on
got you
watch.
covered with an 18.
Okay.
You guys continue your talk. She clearly doesn't know really enough about your family situation to give any ins and outs, just what she was there to do.
Okay.
And it seems she herself doesn't really know.
Yeah. I learned a little bit though. The basics. What I wanted to know.
Anyways, your watch goes off fine.
Okay.
A couple of odd cries in the night, but sounded far off enough to not be alarmed. Who's taking third watch? Not everyone rush at once.
Not Veronica was going to.
Yeah, I was gonna take the morning watch. If that's third watch, I'll do it.
You still wouldn't really be able to see in the morning because light's kind of weird in this valley. As
Okay. Well, I'll take next watch anyway, if no one else is.
okay,
Do it.
go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage. 19. Cassius awakens you, and you begin your night of watching. And a little after Cassius and Yurm go back to sleep, you spot a little movement at the bottom of the hill. Seems to be
sort of
several small humanoid figures. Kind of hard to make out what exactly they are. You take a look around the sphere. Nothing else. Turn back to the humanoids at the bottom of the hill. Make me an investigation check with disadvantage. Three. They seem to be gone.
I guess I'll
Almost
just nudge.
like
Oh, sorry.
you swear that you saw something, but as soon as you turn your head and look back, they're gone. Like
I'll be tempted
like a
to
ghost.
nudge Limber awake and see if Limber smells anything. But if he wants to sleep, I'll just let him sleep and give him a pet.
As you nudge Limber, he rolls over onto his back, tongue hanging out.
Well, I'll let him sleep then.
Technically, Steely's out there if you want.
The Steely is there.
Take him with you. He'll follow whoever's on watch.
Yeah, I reckon I'm speedy fast, so I'll be tempted to just walk down the hill just to double check, because I do know that we have like dragon disciples and stuff running around. So I'll see if Steely will listen to anything I say, and then I'll walk down, maybe just like sort of 80 foot, and then run back up.
It's not that big of a hill. You guys didn't pick a very good hill.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, the hill you guys
Very
chose
good
to die
at that.
on is not a very good one. I mean, not that.
Yeah.
Please hold while I try to get you a better visual here. Why is that? Okay. Like a roll 20 is so bad today. Holy crap.
Don't listen to them, roll 20. You're a good roll 20.
Roll 20 is still playing spooky music for me.
Sounds about right.
I'm constantly in a dungeon.
Sorry.
I think between Vonnie and roll 20, Mahir's having a really traumatic event.
Yeah. Really am.
A good time.
Let me just kind of adjust this map a little bit. That way you
Paranoid.
can better see.
Foreshadowing.
What is that? Anyone else hear that?
Yeah,
I heard it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's that
from Nathan, I
Nathan's.
think.
Hey. How can I select all of these? There we go. I'm switching up dynamic lighting a little bit. And sometimes it doesn't let me grab the walls and stuff. Go and turn this to night mode. Okay. And let's take you guys over to it now. There we go. You guys see it?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yes.
I'm all alone.
Is
In the
anybody
darkness.
out
Yeah.
there?
Is my audio still
I'm
okay?
glad you're all blind. Oh, it's so pretty.
Would you
How
still like to go
dark
down
is
the
it?
hill? It's nearly pitch black. There's like just a bit of moonlight still shining. Stop.
This is bad.
Oh shit.
As you get to there,
I don't know if Steely's vision's not set up, I don't think, but he has dark vision
he
for
does.
60 feet.
Okay. Change this light then. Hey, Nathan, can you
Wait.
set your sensitivity or something in Discord?
I
We're
think
hearing
we
everything in the
keep
background.
Sorry, I'll
Oh.
Now you can see. Bonnie still can't. As you are there, your steel companion, his head jerks towards these rocks and begins making a grinding sound in his mouth, which you would know is an alert that something is near. I need you to roll initiative.
Oh god.
Everyone roll initiative with disadvantage except for Veronica
Everyone.
and Steely. So I guess
Wait, including me.
Pops.
What?
Everyone.
So if I'm
Well, you're with Steely.
asleep, Steely can act on his own. So I don't know how you want to do this.
Just do a straight roll for your initiative then.
Okay.
Well,
My thingamabob, disadvantage, initiative. Well, I guess I have to roll it twice.
Yep.
boy, I've got 4.
Radical.
Yeah, it wasn't even
Yeah.
worth
Oh, I didn't select token, but I don't think there is a tracker up, is there?
Now there is.
Now there is. Well, I'll just do it and I'll change my body. Oh, no need. It's perfect. The dice
Nice.
still hate me. It's good to know. Oh, dearie, dearie me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we got a raid. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay!
Thank you.
thank you for the
Oh,
raid.
we're about to die again.
It's fine. No problems here. You guys missed the
It's not like
dragon.
we already. Yeah, it's not like we're level 5 and or an adult dragon or anything, you know. Green as well. It's great fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
They almost sold me.
I was fight a dragon, just didn't want to do it first again.
Those of you in the... Oh, I need to hear him up there. How about her? Ah! There we go. The nice cuddle pile.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Yes.
that's the wrong layer.
There
we go.
Oh, remember you can go back into the hut
Horrible.
of safety.
Yes.
They might murder our horses, but they can't murder you.
God.
Veronica, as you take a step and are alerted, an arrow flies at you.
Fucking narrow.
Catch it.
Oh no.
Where? Okay, maybe I shouldn't delete things over there. Okay. We'll have advantage. Sneaky little guy. 15. I believe that's a miss. Veronica, an arrow flies right past you,
Oh gosh.
landing right beside Steely. Let me select it. There we go. You see a goblin dart behind the rock.
Flipping neck.
We've killed a ton of them.
Hobbs, aka Steely, your move.
Yes. Okay, Steely's going after the thing that shot at Veronica.
Arr!
Yeah. He's gonna run around the rock and try and bite this thing.
Steely would see
That's
a
a crit.
second goblin.
So
That's the
6
natural
plus
20.
8, so 14 force damage.
Go Steely.
Veronica, you
God.
can't see what happens. You can just see the shape of Steely darting through the grass, and then you hear and then you hear Steely begin his death roll. And you see a couple things fly over the rock. You're not quite sure what it is. But then you hear another scream as this goblin is instantly killed.
Talent.
Oh dear.
Anything else, Doombringer?
Nope, Steely can't do anything else, so that's his turn.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Veronica, another one's coming at you. 24. Natural 20.
Ooh.
I'll use my reaction to try to catch it.
Okay. That's a total of 10 damage. And you reduced it by 10. Okay.
So you got it.
Oh my god.
Good job.
I do need you to make a
Minimal.
Constitution saving throw, though.
It's poisoned. Ooh.
Do you have disadvantage?
Nah.
Just a 13.
13. Congratulations, that's just enough. I'll click on the wrong goblin, but he was next anyways. Veronica, another one is being fired at
Another
you.
one.
And another one. And another one. And another one.
Another one.
You've used up your reaction.
16. That is another miss. These goblins did not choose the right person to try to ambush. Veronica, it is your turn now. Do you like
It's time to run forward blindly into the darkness.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can't
God.
see anything, can you?
No,
How
no, she
dark is
cannot.
it?
You're feeling around the rock.
Could always bring them to the light.
You can tell Steely's right about there. You can hear the thrashing still going on.
You can hear Steely.
It's like
He's
big
not
clunking.
sneaky.
You step on something, you look down, and it is a goblin's hand. Just a hand, no goblin there. But as you step across there, you're going to get attacked. As there is another goblin there.
Good way to know to stop. Is Steely close enough?
How close is he?
5 feet.
No.
Okay.
Just out of range.
Okay.
Man, these goblins
Nice.
suck.
There's good misses anyways.
You should have
With
just got the
goblin-
dragon angry.
With the goblin missing me, I'll turn around and try to funk it in the face.
Okay, it'll be disadvantage.
Yep, okay.
Nice.
19.
God.
You feel
Oh
the
my
air
God.
currents from the scimitar, and knowing about the rough size of a goblin, you kind of duck down and just do a front punch, just like the cowboy kind of stance, and then just punch it straight. You're not quite sure where, but you hear a snap. And you hear a thud.
I'm going to assume that means it's not attacking me right now, and I'll fumble around for more.
It is not attacking you at the moment. As you step there, you're going to be attacked again.
Okay.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Short bow, do your job. No, that's a 13 max.
Oh,
These
Oh,
goblins suck.
we all know what that means.
Cassius, you're still asleep as you hear. I don't know. Make a con check.
Oh man. Okay. What do I hear in my slumber?
Are you sleeping heavy enough to ignore the noise?
You're sleeping pretty heavy, man. Initiating conversation with that dragon was very tiring.
Yep. And I just was on watch, so I'm in a deep slumber now. So do I just sleep through it then?
Yes.
Yeah, you are
Alright.
currently still asleep.
Imagine if we all just sleep through this.
Yeah.
Veronica, you hear some whispering in this direction. As a javelin is thrown at you.
God.
19.
Oh dear.
Something finally hit. Well, is it gonna matter?
Is it gonna matter?
3.
Oh god.
my
Nope.
God.
Catches
No.
it. Be in the dark.
Tears are
Just
whistling.
this is funny.
You are just hearing the whooshes of air, and you're like, oh, I got this. You're catching the javelin right before it hits you right in the sternum. And, yeah, there's that. You just throw it to the ground. And you hear something you hear chattering goblins that says, it's kind of akin to, what the fuck? And you hear an order be barked. You're going to get shot at again. From this direction.
They need to just leave. It's not gonna work.
11.
We're
Man.
We're out here playing D&D, and Bonnie's out here being Neo.
This is actually so sad.
Ayeth, make me a con check.
Oh. Yeah, I shall. Where's my constitution? There it is.
Natural 20 for 23. This is probably the best night of sleep that you got out in the wilds.
Yeah, honestly, it's safe, it's dry, no noise whatsoever.
Okay, that
Oh, we're
goblin's
both sleeping
dead.
good.
Where the heck is that goblin? Oh, there he is.
Does Mahir have still have disadvantage on his checks?
Yep.
Cool.
As of right now, he does.
Haven't even completed the long rest, so
You
half
might.
movement too.
You might be. Oh god, what's half of 25?
10. I'm guessing it would round down. Or it would round up to 15, either.
Short bow attack because it's going so well. 19. Oh wait, you got bonus action dodge, so it's a 15. Another arrow whizzes past you as you just, like, kung fu your way, like, the gentle movements and everything, just gradually, gently flowing like a leaf in the breeze, dodging these arrows that you can't even see coming. And there's going to be 2 more arrows coming at you. We'll just go ahead and make these at the same time because this is going so well for them. And I like how I think some of you can actually see some of them, but Vonnie still can't.
Oh, I think I can see a lot of them.
Hey,
I
it's a
can't
20.
see none of them. I can't see
I
any.
can't see. Yeah.
And
I
6.
don't know what you guys can see. It's very sad.
7 piercing damage, Veronica. As one arrow does finally land.
Oh my god.
I need you to make a con save.
You'll be fine.
20, she's gonna pop it out.
16. Yeah, this poison is not having much of an effect on you. You can tell there's an odd stinging sensation aside from the arrow lodged in you, but there's something else there to it, an odd burning. Mahir, it's your turn, buddy.
Oh, have I woken up?
I don't know. Have you? Make a con check.
I don't know. Okay,
With
cool.
disadvantage.
It's not. Oh, con check, yeah, with disadvantage.
Yeah, it's not a save. That's why I asked.
22.
11.
11.
It's,
Oh, yeah, that's right on.
it's a,
Absolutely right.
Exhaustion.
I wish
You're
exhaustion
so
gave me
exhausted you
advantage.
wake up easier.
You know what? You're so exhausted that your disadvantage becomes an advantage when it comes to sleep. That's not fair to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
I mean,
I
it
think
makes
that makes
sense.
more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
We're
wake
gonna
up.
wake up to a pile of
Well,
bodies.
it's advantage, so it's 22 instead. So you don't wake up if that's the case. I'll let you decide
Okay.
on that because your character
Oh.
is exhausted, so it's up to you.
Oh yeah, if I'm exhausted, I'm just gonna be trying to go to sleep and have the deepest sleep.
Okay.
You got it, Vonnie.
Goblin turn. You're gonna hear some disgruntled whispers over here. You hear some pitter pattering of feet, and an arrow fired at you. 23. Now they're doing good. 3
You
piercing
sure,
damage. Hey, it's damage. It builds up over time, okay? They just have to get a couple nat 20s and she'll be dead eventually.
They just had to get a couple of deaths.
Meanwhile,
No,
they've
that is-
ignored the thing that is killing
They're not
them.
touching the giant metal alligator, okay? They came out here to hunt. Damn it, they're gonna get something with meat. Veronica, I need you to make a con save.
Maybe fail this one again and just make them feel good about themselves.
12. That's good. Oh, for the goblins.
For who? Uh,
10 points of poison damage.
Oh, damn.
As the building up of poison seems to be taking a bit of a toll now. That goblin's turn. That goblin's very dead. It is now in several pieces. Hobbs, it is now Steely's turn, and you can make a con check. See if you wake up.
Okay. I rolled a 13.
13. That would wake you up.
Okay.
Cries of a goblin being turned. You pretty much dropped the goblin into a blender.
I guess I'll roll around and see if I can see anything. Because so what I'm hearing combat, basically.
You heard Steely get something.
Okay.
Judging from where you are, you just see Steely kind of sitting there now.
Just some bits.
You see something, but you can't make out what it is.
Okay. So I will.
Grab my gun.
Yeah, grab my gun and I'm gonna come over here towards Steely and see if I can see anything. Oh, I can see this guy.
Yeah, you do see a goblin over there about to go hide, and you see the chunks of goblin in front of Steely now.
Okay. I'll take my first shot at this guy.
Okay, make a shot.
It's on 11.
11. That will miss.
Okay. So I'll take my second shot at the same guy for a 12.
That is also a miss.
God, you're really tired.
Well,
The gunfire
Steely's-
will awaken everyone.
Steely's going over here to deal with it.
Oh
I
no.
might go back to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Oh, nope.
This
He
goblin is the
missed, too.
luckiest goblin.
Bang, bang, chomp. And he dodged them all.
This goblin's getting a promotion, I tell you.
He's found their equal.
Goblin's gonna come around here and take a shot at Veronica. Gotta take her out eventually, right? 21.
Oh god.
4 piercing.
Oops. God, I keep clicking on that instead of opening the info. Annoying.
11 poison damage. Veronica is
Oh.
down.
Oh my god, down. Wait, does that mean a save?
I need a con check for wounds.
That's a check.
So, sorry,
It's a check.
it's a con save. Sorry, you're right.
Save, cool.
13. You save. Now make a con check to see if you're conscious. You are still conscious. You can feel every bit of the excruciating pain. Congratulations.
Oh, he was pushing on you.
Super Goblin. Super Goblin will take an action, not action, but bonus action to get the hell out of there.
Okay, fine.
And shoo. And he'll, he's gonna take a dash action. He's fucking out of there. Not dealing with a murder alligator crocodile. Veronica, I need you to make a death save.
Boy. Oh, God.
You fall unconscious.
God.
We should have fought the dragon.
Cassius,
Yeah,
you are awakened by sounds of gunfire right outside.
Yeah, I'm not very
Alright.
far away.
Waking up, it's pitch black. I will use my action to do the free cast of the bright gem.
Okay.
It's just 30 feet bright, 30 feet dim around me.
Here you go.
God. That's so bright.
Alright, I see a couple of dead goblins. Scout just a little bit.
As you awaken, all you see is a blinding
Yeah.
light coming from Cassius.
I'm gonna knock him out. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause oh God.
Alright, well, I don't see any living goblins. I'm just gonna use my bonus action to yell at Ian. Get up! We gotta we gotta take down some goblins. There's a couple dead over here, and she just has advantage on her next. Oh well, it's not a. I can't see any targets, so never mind. She does not have advantage. I'm just yelling at her to yell at her.
That's so rude.
Fair.
What did I do to you?
Okay.
And that's my turn.
It's not Ian's turn yet.
Oh no.
Pot.
Is there a green dragon in the initiative now?
If I cast
Maybe.
sleep on Cassius, does that break his concentration?
Well, there's no concentration for the gem. He has to turn it off.
Yeah. What if I break the gem?
That would be rude.
That would be very rude.
But the light would be turned off.
Hobbs, you see something approaching Veronica. A slightly bigger goblinoid. And you see it throw a net over top of her. And you hear goblin chattering. Kind of whispered, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it says, "We got one, let's go." Ianth, it is your turn.
Alright. I am going to leave my little hut of joy and go outside. And oh God, there's a lot of them. God, there's a fuck ton of them.
Yeah, just imagine the
Okay.
reserves.
Okay. I will. Will I? How far? That's very far.
Cast fireball.
I'll just Oh yeah, because I learned Firebolt. No, I would never. I will just take a little bit of some sand from my pouch and cast sleep on where I see this little mobster. Wait, actually. 14. That's my
I forgot to apply this guy's HP. Stupid nap.
nap. Nap time. Yep, I will cast sleep. Let me just figure out a good point, because I might be able to manage. No, I won't. No, I won't. Okay, no, that's fine. I'll just cast sleep centered on Vonnie.
Okay. I mean, it's not like
Yep.
you're gonna wake up anyways.
Yeah. she can't fall asleep anyway because she's unconscious.
God.
That's a lot of dice.
That's how many? That's 20 hit points. Does it look like he's sleeping? Is he a napping?
The dust from the spell falls upon the goblin, but it just literally brushes off the dust.
Alright, fuck you then. I don't like him. So, I use my action. I don't have bonus action, really. Yeah, no, I'm screwed. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, that's my turn. I'm just gonna stare at all these goblins, I guess.
So many goblins on the field here.
4, 5, 6. I'll let everybody know that there's at least 6 that I can see so far.
Oh my god.
God, I still can't see any.
Anthony, you're being attacked.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. What is that?
That is a 9, because you do have
That
side of it.
misses. 9
Okay.
misses.
It is going to take bonus action hide.
Nice. Hiding behind a rock won't help you.
Yeah, it will. Okay. That's weird how that happened. Anyways. So. 16. Good job, Goblin.
Good job, Goblin. You'll die anyway, but it'll take a little while longer. And Vonnie can't stop us because she's dying herself. Oh. Oh, God.
Ianth, you're being attacked.
Yeah, cool.
That is 16.
My AC is 16. I'll take it.
3 piercing damage. I need you to make a con save.
That is a 10.
$11 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nah, it's still good.
Okay. Next Goblin's turn. Cassius. They don't like bright light, boy.
Same. Yeah, no, I'm all for. Oh wait, I forgot. Oops.
That is a miss.
Barely.
You hear the pitter-patter of little feet as they begin doing something. Mahir, it is your turn. I will let you decide if you were sleeping through the gunfire and shouting.
I'd probably be stirred by the gunfire, but how much movement do I have? Should we just go 12.5? Can I even make it outside the bubble?
The bubble's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, the bubble's gone.
Yeah, I left, so the bubble's
Oh.
gone. The bubble is.
Bubble's
If
gone.
I leave, the bubble dies.
I can't see Vonnie or anything. Did anyone say anything about Vonnie?
Don't think anyone's noticed except for
No.
maybe Hobbs.
Yeah, don't even see her.
I can see her.
Well, I'm gonna try and get back to sleep.
Hobbs can see her. Oh, it's Bonnie dying. Okay.
I'm really sorry, but like I don't know. I don't think I'd know whether Vonnie's like down or what's really happening. All I know is everything hurts.
Well, you know there's six goblins outside. Because I have literally shouted that.
Yeah, there's 6 goblins. So I guess I'd get up.
At minimum.
Have a look around. Yeah, I think getting up would take half my movement. So like 6 feet of movement.
You poor thing.
And then I guess I could move 6 feet.
Yeah, you could fall out of the cart.
Here, perhaps I just like stumble out the cart. Be like, "Where's Vonnie?" I mean, I can. Oh wait, can I see Hobbs? Yeah, I can see Hobbs.
You can see Hobbs.
Yeah, I can see everyone except Vonnie.
Yep.
Where is she? And I guess that'll be my turn.
Next is a Gerblin's turn.
Give me baby one more time.
Don't tempt him.
I'm right there for him to be tempted. Come to me, friend. Dun, 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 dun. How dare.
Okay. Go. And I need to add Belt to the initiative because I completely forgot about Belt.
Use this belt.
I just have the NPCs going as 1. That way you guys don't get the kill stolen from you by NPCs.
Oh! Oh, that works. I'll do that.
Erim's head pops out the part. Oh, Cassie's here. Okay.
Does it pop back in?
Now she'll take a shot.
We're gonna take a shot.
Got some goblins we gotta take care of.
She is going to take a shot at this here Gerblin. Oof. That is a natural 1.
Ooh. That's bad.
You hear a crack on her bow.
Oh dear.
Okay. Now it is Belt's turn. I'm awake. I'm awake.
There he is.
And he really can't see anything, so his turn's over. Hobbs, your turn.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to send Steely. Oh, he can't reach 40 feet, which is like here.
Got ideas.
Okay. Since I can't do anything with Steely, yeah, I'll just take a shot at this guy first.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a miss.
Yes, that is a miss.
I'll take another shot at the same guy
Go ahead.
for a 19.
That does hit.
For 17 damage.
The goblin is ragdolled across the ground.
Rolled max damage on that. That's good.
Nice.
And then
Oh no.
Yep. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
just gonna turn into a quest to find Vonnie.
Well, Vonnie's dying.
True.
Is the issue.
Yeah, that is an issue. Can't even see Vonnie.
This goblin is going to go about
Let's
here. Take a shot at Hobbs.
you for being blind.
Oh yay.
18.
Yeah.
5 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a con save.
Okay.
It was going so well too.
It was. We didn't get killed by a
15.
green dragon.
15. You're
but
good.
We're gonna get killed by goblins.
Okay, now Veronica, I need you to make a death save.
Don't say
Oh
things
my
like
God.
that, Nathan.
Oh my
No,
God,
Nathan,
don't
literally
say that one and
don't.
you're done. Don't. Oh,
Okay,
15.
okay,
okay,
it's
this
not
is
a
good,
nat
this is
one.
good.
Don't you say things like that.
Don't even. Oh my
Don't
God.
even say things like.
Well, the conscious and unconscious is even, so you're still unconscious. You got to get another pass to undo it. But you're not dead yet, so that's good. Cassius, it is your turn.
Okay, let's see how far I can go. One on there. Go like 20. Oh, that's
Oh my
pretty
God.
far away.
I can see Vonnie. Can I even reach?
Not until after you wake up, Nathan.
Oh, there's some down there too.
Can you finally see them?
Yeah, I can see them. I can't do anything to them. Oh, you know what? Yeah, there's like 10 more. How far are they now? Dang,
Is
they're
it
still too far to blind them. We'll do the classic Vonnie and just dodge action.
Okay. The Gerblins are going to move Vonnie some more.
Stop moving. That's so rude.
No. Iath, it is your turn.
Okay. Okay. We are going to move 30 feet yonder. Okay. Okay. And then how far are we? And they are just in perfect range for a web. Yep. Centered on Vonnie so that she also gets caught up in the web.
That's probably actually a good idea.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
I know. I surprise myself sometimes. So at least
fails
can do that.
automatically, right? Because she's unconscious.
Yes. She's probably under the webs.
Yeah.
Yep, and you're gonna have to.
Okay. Is that your turn?
You're gonna have to make a string. Yep. It's my turn. Just casting web.
Yep, and that will definitely get all of them.
That's what I love to hear. Should probably.
Yeah!
Uh-huh.
As Iath, you are attacked.
Cool.
That is
What is that?
that was a
I think
14.
that misses.
Yep.
That misses.
This goblin here's turn.
Okay, so I saw him for a minute moment, so I'm going to run.
Cassius. 17 to hit.
That one hits.
No, wait. You have dodge action.
Oh, I do.
So it's a natural 1.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
You hear something hit the ground. Next one's turn. It is also going to take a shot at Cassius.
Rest in pieces.
That is 10.
Oh,
Nope.
Mahir, it is your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. I'm going to go this far, and then I'm going to dash to go, that far.
Staggering from exhaustion, Mahir enters the battlefield.
Staggering. And I can't see anything. So, that's gonna be my turn. I'm just gonna try and chase them to an extent.
That goblin's dead. It is Iram's turn. Gonna jump up on the rock here and take a shot at this Gerblin. Hopefully she doesn't damage her bow anymore. That'd be nice. 23.
Nice.
And 6 piercing damage. And the goblin's gonna make a saving throw. And it succeeds.
nice.
Belt's turn. He might do something.
If he can run fast enough.
He cannot. Well, he can see a crocodile.
Yes.
Take a dash action and kind of get up near Hobbs. And you still can't see anything. Hobbs, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. First, Steely's gonna go after the thing closest to it, trying to not get in the webs, and take a bite of this guy.
Go ahead.
16.
16. That is definitely a hit.
Takes 8 force damage.
As the webs entangle the goblin, it's trying to cut its way out. It turns up to look towards you guys, and it sees a robotic crocodile charging out it, mouth open, and slams down on its arm and rips it out from the webbing, and death rolls.
Nice.
I will move over here and take a shot at this guy. Or I missed.
That is a miss.
Shoot again.
It is not Hobbs' day.
A 22.
That is his day.
16 piercing damage.
This goblin does not exist anymore. Okay. That's your turn?
Bubba's
Yep.
gonna have issues. Even if he's not webbed. Because genius. That was a genius move. I'm so proud of myself.
Veronica, I need you to make a death save.
Oh, God.
12. You are conscious.
Success.
Not still making death saves, but you're conscious. You are
Yeah,
in a
and
net,
you have a
and
healing potion, right?
well, she is in a net and under web. She can't move. Okay, she could do that. She's using mystical touch to give herself some HP.
Oh, thank God.
No.
Thank God our monk is a healer.
Imagine needing another healer in the party.
Yeah. Who needs another
you
healer
guys
when we
wish
have
you'd have
Vonnie?
sold
She's so
me.
successful.
Veronica, as you are
Should've.
currently in a net underneath webbing, you can't take bonus action dodge. You're stuck there. You're entirely restrained.
Sorry about that.
But that's fine because everything is dying around you in a good way.
Oh.
Cassius.
I'm gonna move my 30 feet there. Okay. And then I'll just bonus action dash behind Steely and
Leaping
I
over the goblin.
shall. Yeah. Stepping right over the dead body. And yeah. I will plan my combat for next round.
I just realized I forgot to roll for this guy down here, so give me just a second. Someone roll me a D100.
Not me.
Cool. 9.
Oh.
Oh, this poor Gerblin.
Oh.
Oh god, what was I rolling for?
Go ahead and roll me an extra D10 there, Hannah.
Alright. 8.
8.
8. Okay. Congratulations. As this goblin is continuing to run away, it realizes it died.
Oh god.
Oh
I
my
should
God.
roll for us more often. Oh god.
Goblin boss turn. He has to make a dexterity save. What save is it? Start of his turn makes a dex save. He failed.
That's a fail.
You hear him begin to plead. He is begging for mercy. In Goblin.
Ooh.
Anthony's your
Oh,
turn.
well, nobody. Which one was begging for mercy in a language I did not understand?
This one.
Oh, cool. I think that looks threatening. JK. I would like to cast Toll the Dead on the one next to the rock, because it's been annoying me for a while. So I'd like to do that.
Valid reason to try to kill something.
Yeah.
17.
16. Okay. Okay.
You messed with the wrong
well,
goblin.
I don't understand messing with the wrong goblin, so I am going to get even closer. There we go. Come at me. And that's the end of my turn.
It is that
I'm
goblin's
so
turn.
close.
And
Come to me.
he's going to action get the fuck out of there. He's gonna run 60 feet away.
Not far enough.
Imagine being able to run 60 feet.
Imagine running.
Imagine not dashing within more than 25 feet.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, mental. I could never.
This one is also going to run 60 feet out of here. That goblin's dead. Mahir, it's your turn.
You know what? They're all running away. Vonnie's alive. I'm just gonna shout to Vonnie. Get a bit better. You got this. You'll pull through, buddy. And I'll
Buddy.
cast Healing Word. So what is that again?
I don't know.
Been a
You have
while
a
since
spell.
it's been a while since I cast Healing Word, you know.
Yeah, you never heal.
Yeah, I never. That's 6 healing.
Nice. He is up to 11.
And then I'm just going to run back towards bed.
My work here is done, but you didn't do anything. Goodbye.
I did everything.
I need a tuxedo mask meme with Mahir's face. Hiram's turn.
And that'll be my turn.
She is going to hold action to shoot this guy. And Belt's turn. You hear him letting out a war cry. Ah! Oh, they're all dead.
Is he gonna trip over the dead body? Never mind. Ah,
Hobbs, your turn.
love you.
Okay.
You do hear the goblin pleading in Goblin to please spare him.
I'll walk up. Okay, 30, how far is 30 feet? Over here. Too far away from Veronica still. Okay. I guess I'll say to the goblin, if we let you go, will you leave us alone?
Okay.
That would be my turn.
Veronica, you're not having a good time. You're stuck there. You can make a strength athletics check to see if you can get out. Currently, you are completely restrained. You damaged your punching muscles. You're just flailing around trying to move. You're spinning key points. Okay, go ahead. 16, you are trying to punch. And you manage to get one hand free of the net. And then it gets caught in the web.
Oh god.
You try to punch with the other hand. Same thing happens.
Damn. Oh.
Goblin boss turn. He reaches into his pocket with one hand raised. And he's going to say, please, 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 please. And he is going to throw something towards you.
Is it money?
Okay.
Is it a bounty?
I'm trying to find where I had the thingy at.
Oh god, it's a bounty!
It's a bomb! No.
Oh,
That'd be really bad.
that'd be sad.
It is not. It is, where I can find it. There it is.
Are we worth a ton of money? I'm hoping I'm worth at least several pieces of platinum, otherwise I will riot. I will go over there
Hobbs,
myself,
roll a D10.
like raise the price.
Okay. 8.
The goblin throws 15 silver pieces towards you.
Similar color to platinum, right?
Hey, close enough.
It's the value of his own life, not mine.
The goblin man comes to break. And he is still trying to fight his way out. What does he have to make? He has to make a strength save.
16.
Nope, he is
It's
still
a
stuck.
strength check. By
He
the
is
way.
still stuck.
Rest in pieces.
Ian, it is your turn.
I've seen him throw the silver, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And you heard
Is it-
Hobbs talk to him.
Is
just
it
don't
an
know what he
action
said.
to get rid of the web?
I don't think
To
so.
drop concentration?
No, you
No,
just drop. You
I
just,
don't
you just
think-
drop it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll drop concentration on that, and I'll just let loose one ice knife on this specific goblin, please.
Which one?
for no reason whatsoever. Like,
Okay, that's
yeah, and I'll even
rude.
do it at first level. I'll even do it at first level and not second level like I was planning.
Okay, go ahead.
Did that go through? There we go.
That's a 23
I'll
to
just...
hit. That's
my
8
God.
piercing damage. Well, it died. And then it explodes. And then the other goblin has to make a save.
It's just 4 cold damage, no worries.
It fails. And con save.
Oh god!
It saves.
Nice.
Is that your turn?
I'll just get over closer to Vonnie. Just in case. I'll be there to stab.
Right here,
But that's the end of my turn.
That goblin's dead.
Yep, he annoyed me.
That goblin is still barely alive, and it will dash out of there